My people wonder they say shall never end. From what we are hearing right now, they said the palace is shaking. Those who said no immunity removal are now the ones begging for Kabiyesi to remove immunity while Kabiyesi is doing shakara. Kabiyesi said, let Ogunjaye continue doing its work while he thinks about the immunity removal over and over again. Allegedly, don't forget I do not live in the palace. From what we heard, they said Ebony left the palace. She packed some of her stuff and left the palace when the torment from Ogunjaye was becoming so much for her that she could no longer bear it. But even though there was this information that Ogunjaye is only disturbing right there in the palace, not in the community. But they said Ebony, who left to her family house, and you know that for going to her family house, she thought she was running to safety, where she can no longer see Ogunjaye or anything. But unfortunately, they said she sees Ogunjaye everywhere. This time around, they said if she is in the kitchen, she is seeing Ogunjaye. If she is in her room, she is seeing Ogun. Everywhere she goes to, she will see Ogunjaye, such that the thing is making her act like someone who have lost it. So, at this point, they said it was midnight when she continued to see Ogunjaye, and they said she started screaming. She started screaming. She could no longer hold it. Even though she's a tigress, even though she knows how to manipulate situations and spirit and deities like that, this one, they say this one passed Ebony. So when it was too much for her that she started screaming, they said it was midnight, almost 1 a.m. at night. From what we heard, though, that is if the information is true. So that is how they said few elders from her family, they don't mind the time of the day. They have to take her to the palace that night. And what are they going to do in the palace? Because we all know that at that time of the night, Kabiyesi would have been in a very deep sleep. But these people did not mind. What matters to them is let their daughter not lose it completely. Because you know that if you get to that point, you'll be hearing that one of the queens don't kolo. And remember, a lot of people have been saying this over and over again, that if one of these people did not buy or kolo over Queen Naomi's matter, that they will not rest. Because a lot of people believe that for her to be seeing Ogunjaye like this, there is something that she is nurturing in her heart against Queen Naomi or anyone in the palace. Because a lot of people said that the main reason Kabiyesi released this Ogunjaye is to fight everyone who is fighting Queen Naomi or who is planning any evil against Queen Naomi and Tadenikawo. Yes, and Dr. Lizzie, because these people have dealt with Dr. Lizzie. They don't deal with that woman well, just because she refused to join them to fight against Queen Naomi. Ever since Dr. Lizzie entered that palace, it has been from one tragedy to the other. Yes, they keep tormenting, they keep making her stay in the palace uncomfortable just because she decided to tread the right path, which is not being involved in gang up against anyone. And that is what a queen is expected to do. But these people said no. So from what we heard, they said they are the main reason why Kabiyesi released this. As for Kabiyesi, he can take care of himself. He's a deity on his own. So anyone that they said that is seeing this Ogunjaye constantly have something against Queen Naomi or Tadenikawo or Dr. Lizzie. And if that person is not connected to Kabiyesi, if you see it the first time, the second time it will strike. That the reason why some of these Oloris are still seeing it, running around, cutting their hair, doing one thing or the other, is because they are still under the immunity of Kabiyesi. Yes. So right now they say when Ebony was screaming, they took her to the palace. She started by apologizing to all the people that she have wronged. You know that they said while she was still Ayaba in the palace, she had so many people who does not like her due to the way she is placing herself, or maybe due to how desperate she was then, because people around her, they know how desperate she was to have Queen Naomi's husband. And they said there is one PA who worked under her, and the lady have been serving her for some time, but when the lady understand fully the length at which she is going to hurt Queen Naomi, they said the lady said, I will no longer work for you if you cannot stop. Because they said the lady advised her. The lady is somehow older than her from what we heard. But she shunned her, asking her who she is to advise her, as a queen like her. How dare you? That kind of stuff. So when the lady said she's no longer being her PA, she refused to pay the lady off. All the money that she was owing the lady, from what we heard though, they said she refused to pay. And the lady angrily left her, something of that nature. So why they say she came to the palace pleading for mercy, they say she called the lady, begged her for forgiveness, even sent her money to her. And so many other people that she have wronged in many ways in that palace, she was begging for forgiveness. Even to the point that some people said that Ebony said with her mouth that whether the marriage with Kabiyesi continues or not, that she no longer cares about that. That the only thing she cares about right now is how to be alive for her children. She doesn't want to leave her children for another person to raise them. Remember, if you are following this gist very well, there was a time we got an information that the person that she uses as a mother, because right now they say her mother don't pass, the person that she sees as her mother said her late father visited her in the dream and warned her to stay away from Queen Naomi, that if she continued with fighting Queen Naomi, that her son will not call her mother. I don't know. If you check that and check what she's saying right now, they said she is begging that Kabiyesi should go ahead, remove immunity, and stop that Ogunjaye from seeing her, that whether she continues with the marriage or not, that is no longer her business. What matters to her right now is for her to be safe and alive. That is what they say she have gone to the palace that night to do. But unfortunately, she did not meet Kabiyesi because they did not permit her to go and see Kabiyesi. But instead, they said there is a man that is in charge of, that the man is the senior staff, as in the man is in charge of all the staff, and the man have worked in the palace for years. The man have been there even before Kabiyesi, this present Kabiyesi, ascended the throne. It was the man that her family met with, begging the man to speak to Kabiyesi. Maybe Kabiyesi listens to the man a lot, I don't know. But they said it was that man that they met, begging the man to please speak to Kabiyesi, that Kabiyesi should go ahead and remove the immunity. If he wants to do it the next morning, that they are ready. As long as Ebony will stop seeing that Ogunjaye. And they said the man shocked them by telling the elders that they should ask Ebony to confess and stop that which she is nurturing in her heart against Queen Naomi. Because if there is nothing, Ogunjaye will not visit her 2 times. As a matter of fact, a lot of people even believe that Ogunjaye is no longer visiting her, but it is her imagination, But whichever way, they said the man have told her that if you don't have any cockroach in your cupboard, you will not be seeing Ogunjaye. You are the one that is holding yourself. Even if they remove immunity and you are still nurturing something, it will be worst. That is what they said the man told her. And they said the man also promised to talk to Kabiyesi Sha, but that night, Ebony could not sleep from what we are hearing, if the information is true. Anyway, guys, like I will always tell you, these are all alleged, unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless you verify them. Okay, thanks for watching. Do well to subscribe to my channel, follow my page, and share this video. I love you guys. Bye. See you.